Welcome to Thriller Book Summary Vault. We give you all the chills without the time commitment. Let's dive into today's heart-pounding summary.
A Man with One of Those Faces book summary by Caimh McDonnell. This story kicks off with a man named Frank who's got a face people just can't forget. He's not your average guy. He's got a past tangled up with crime and a knack for getting into trouble. Frank's trying to keep his head down in Dublin, but trouble has a way of finding him. Early on, Frank gets pulled into a messy situation when he crosses paths with a local gangster named Mick. Mick's looking for someone to do a job, and Frank ends up being the unlucky choice. The job? Steal a mysterious briefcase from a rival gang. Frank isn't exactly thrilled but knows saying no isn't an option. As Frank plans the heist, we meet his friend and partner in crime, Johnny. Johnny is loyal but not the sharpest tool in the shed, which leads to some funny moments as they scheme together. They stake out the target, a rundown pub where the briefcase is kept, and come up with a plan that's part clever and part desperate. The night of the heist is tense. Frank sneaks into the pub while Johnny keeps watch outside. Things go sideways when the rival gang shows up early, turning what was supposed to be a quick grab into a chaotic shootout. Frank barely escapes with the briefcase but realizes it's not just any old case. It contains something valuable enough to start a war between gangs. Meanwhile, Detective O'Connor is introduced as the cop who's been tracking these gangs for years. She's sharp and relentless, piecing together clues that lead her closer to Frank and Johnny. Her scenes add suspense as she closes in on them while they're trying to stay one step ahead. Back on the run, Frank and Johnny try to figure out what's inside the briefcase and why everyone wants it so badly. They meet an old contact named Sheila who warns them that this isn't just about money. It involves secrets that could bring down powerful people. Frank decides to take control instead of running scared. He plans to use what's in the briefcase as leverage against Mick and the rival gang. This leads to tense negotiations where alliances shift quickly and trust is scarce. The climax hits when all parties converge at an abandoned warehouse for a final showdown. There are betrayals, surprises, and quick thinking as Frank fights not just for survival but for freedom from his past life. In the end, Frank manages to outsmart both gangs and Detective O'Connor by revealing evidence that exposes corruption among their leaders. He walks away with his life intact but knows things will never be simple again. If you enjoy stories packed with twists, humor, and gritty Dublin streets, this book delivers all that through its fast-moving plot and memorable characters like Frank and Johnny. Supporting authors by buying their books helps bring more great stories like this one your way. Feel free to share your thoughts or recommend other books you'd like summarized in the comments below.
Thanks so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this summary.